Hey everybody, I'm going to paraphrase a famous little song. I'm going to paraphrase a famous little song by Mr. Rogers. It goes something like this. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood with you. In this instance, listen to my vlog. Listen to my vlog. This crazy day, by the way, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. It started out with a call I received from a friend who, in the matter of another topic, told me that Barbara Lee was going to announce she was running for mayor. Now, for reasons that I don't want to explain, I was privy to some conversations along those lines last night and the night before that. And so it was a logical next step, right? Don't know the day. But nonetheless, I asked some more questions about the certainty of this and so on. I thought, well, now's high time to go out and put it out there. So I did. Oh, the hue and cry. Oh, the reaction. Oh. From euphoria from some to downright, oh, I don't believe it from others. Fine. Hey, I'm just reporting what I was told. To a very unique phone call I received from none other than Derrick Johnson. Derrick Johnson is the famous entrepreneur who started Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Oakland, and ran for office on a couple of occasions. So anyway, the call starts off friendly enough. I had no idea what he wanted. So I asked directly, since, I'm not feeling well, a lot of stuff to do, monitoring my mom, helping her out, all that, hips killing me, da-da-da-da-da. And so he says, yeah, I saw your, he referred to it as an article. It wasn't an article, it was a video on Barbara Lee running. He says, I can tell you that's not true. Take it down. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take it down only to, and this, I've been at this for 30 years, folks. So the game was, someone would tell you, particularly when it was print media, hey, that's not going to happen, so don't run that. So you don't run it, but then guess what? They wind up doing it after they told you not to run it, but then they take that same news and they give it to generally a larger white-owned media organization. I've seen that happen way too many times. So if the news isn't true, Congresswoman Lee knows me well enough personally to call me. She has my number and say, okay, I'm not going to run. That's all she has to do. Derrick says, well, I talk to her every day. I text her every day. Well, I know a lot of people who call and talk to Barbara Lee every day and text her. But when it comes to something as sensitive as this is, where I'm simply reporting that, hey, next week, she's expected to announce she's going to run. Not today, okay? But next week, she's expected to do that. Note the word expected, which means she might change her mind. So I have a nice tale of, either or, right? Either could happen or it doesn't. But my point is, if she is not going to run at all and she wants that known, she needs to call. Because right now she has wiggle room. She could wait until next week and decide, I will announce next week that I'm not running. Right? You see? So Derrick was way out of bounds in the way he talked to me. I'm just so far out of bounds, I said, you know what, you're out of bounds. And I hung up on him because he was getting way too emotional. Way too emotional. And, Derrick's a good man. So I figured maybe he's just, I don't know, having a bad hair day. He doesn't have any hair. Um, uh, you know, but Barbara can do that on her own. The Congresswoman can do that on her own. We've all been around a long time. We don't have any pedestals around here. Okay? I've gotten some interesting reactions. One of my family members, not here, but someplace else, said that, who knows Barbara, said that it was too complex a job for her. I'm paraphrasing. And that Oakland's a mess. Yep. And I think it comes from a place of love where this particular person doesn't want to see her friend, in a mess that could damage her political reputation. I agree. Just because I announced what she's expected to do doesn't mean I think it's a good idea for her to do it. Because I happen to think that Barbara Lee's best place is in the Senate. Mayor of Oakland is a different story. It's a different animal. It's a rough job. And for someone who is, about to approach their 80s, I think she needs to relax and just call a timeout, plan some nice trips. Maybe, she can go in for Nagel Trump to make her an ambassador somewhere. I know that's a little impossibility, but is it? I don't know. I mean, he can send his son's fiance off to be ambassador of Greece. Kimberly Guilfoyle, my friend. Maybe he can give an assignment to Barbara out of respect for her legendary political record. If nothing else, why not? Mayor of Oakland is tough. I mean, it's tough. Okay, it's tough, and she really needs to. Barbara, the Congresswoman, really needs to weigh that one. All right. Now, if she does run, she should do so with a whole army of people behind her before she announces, with all their ducks in a row, not just their announcements, but their plans for the city, because people are going to expect big things from Congresswoman Lee because, well, she's a legendary and the legendary Congresswoman Barbara Lee. I mean, do you remember when she announced her run, when she was running for re-election? And then she announced her Senate run, and she put out that incredible video that really spoke to her legacy. Woo! It gives you chills. It was so excellent, right? So, hey, look, whatever Barbara Lee does has to be completely not only thought through, but it has to be set up as its own organization. She's got to have an answer for all the major questions she's going to get, because Oaklanders are going to expect her to be ready for those questions and to have the answers. And they're going to be very disappointed and very critical of her if she doesn't, because she is representative of the person on the top of the mountain. That's just the way it is. Okay? So, Derrick, you're my brother. Hey, man, I forgive you. No problem. No harm, no foul. But if the Congresswoman wants to make an announcement, I would love to hear from her and have her on the air talk, right? That'd be fantastic. But she could wait until next week to say, I'm not running. And that's the way I put it out there. Someone else asked me the same question. And again, I'm repeating. She is expected to announce she's going to run for mayor of Oakland in days. That leads to next week. I don't know exactly when. I'm only explaining what I was told. Now she could wait until that time and say she's not running. So I'm not going to take down anything, obviously, and, cut off something that really didn't need to cut off. Derrick, that's just not what I'm doing. All right. Subscribe to Zinni62 on YouTube and bookmark OaklandNewsOnline.com. We'll see you.